Head to the papers now, see what the headlines across Nigeria are this morning. I have with me in the studio Dr. Duoye Diri, a strategist, and we will be talking about this. And certainly I'm not alone. My colleague Veronica is also standing by me. We'll be sandwiching Dr. Diri in the middle somehow.
Well, you know, I'm used to it. I'm used to the two of you. Other than you're just coming back from your paternity leave or whatever.
That is really interesting to take some rest sometimes on vacation. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's start with News Direct this morning. News Direct says Bayelsa Kogi poll. APC's Lyon ends 20 years of PDP in Bayelsa and beats Diri of PDP by 180,000 votes as INEC suspends counting in Kogi, declares Dino Adeyemi senatorial rerun inconclusive. And INEC, APC, PDP, SDP, Melaye react in all of that mix. That's what you see on the front page of the News Direct. From there, let's go to the Daily Times. Daily Times says governorship election in APC coast to victory in Kogi, Bayelsa. INEC to declare full results. Wada Diri alleged vote rigging. All right. Well, the results from Kogi are not completed yet, so certainly that cannot be declared until INEC makes the emphatic statement on that. That's what you see on Daily Times. Blueprint is where we go next now. Victory. Bayelsa Kogi polls, APC coasting home. Lyon Bello ahead with declared results. Collation suspended in Kogi till Monday, and certainly they're supposed to commence by 9 a.m. this morning. 30 missing ad hoc staff, Hail Hurty. INEC is revealing this. Yaga Africa blames politicians, others on poll challenges, and police commission thumbs up security. Okay, that's what you see on the front page of the blueprints. Business AM is where we go now. That's where we go next now. Business AM says Chinese investors in talks to acquire Polaris Bank.
And to the front page of the Daily Sun, amid observers' call for Cuba results cancellation, APC leads in Kogi, Bayelsa. Police confirm 3 dead in Kogi, 30 missing INEC staff found. Monitors accuse security personnel, political parties of truncating exercise. Collation of remaining results continued today. That's in Kogi State. Now to the front page of this day newspaper, PDP kicks as APC takes Bayelsa in comfortable lead in Kogi. 3 die in Kogi. INEC declares senatorial contest inconclusive. International observers, Situation Room condemn violence. On the front page of the Vanguard, PDP cries foul as APC tops in Kogi, clears Bayelsa governorship polls. PDP kicks, alleges army worked against it. APC urges calm, accuses PDP of importing thugs from Oyo, Osun. US, UK, others call for calm and thorough investigation. CSOs decried level of violence, seek passage of Electoral Offences Commission law. 30 missing INEC staff found. Serap seeks probe of APC PDP officials. Magic results coming from Kogi, says Dino Melaye. And finally, on the front page of The Guardian, PDP APC squabble over polls credibility. Rights bodies flay elections in Kogi, Bayelsa, petition ICC.
All right. Well, Dr. Diri, I know you were monitoring the election one way or the other. I wonder what is of concern to you when you got results from Bayelsa, results from not necessarily election outcome of the results of the votes necessarily, but the news and the progress and the process in both states.
You know what, some of us tagged this election, both in Kogi and Bayelsa. We tagged it bullets for ballot. Bullets for ballot. Because electioneering process in Nigeria have so much been degraded to the point of people now facing themselves as if they are in a war. And you can even hear people even running commentaries. And the question is, where do we go from here? For me, it's not about the result. Because all of them, they are the same. the so-called politicians, they are the same. They have the same DNA running inside of them. That this one is changing from this, tomorrow you will see this one from PDP to APC.
It doesn't matter what political party.
It doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is the economic and social well-being of the people. Are these people ready to ensure it? No, from past experiences. But then the electioneering process, why are we like this in this country? I wish you could listen to some of the foreign observers running commentary as regards. They even went as far as saying even some of the security officials were even aiding and abetting all these electoral malpractices. To the extent that even 30 ad hoc staffs were kidnapped.
No, but they are held and healthy.
They are held and healthy. Have you taken them to the hospital to find out?
Is
it not because of what they are? That's what you are getting. Who kidnapped them?
But INEC has said they are safe now. So
what I'm saying is not that they are not safe. Thank God they are safe.
But
the issue is who kidnapped them?
Happen at all.
For them to have been kidnapped in the first instance. Yes. Remember the people that were killed the other time. One NYC guy there, you remember? Supposing these people to have been killed.
3 persons also died.
All right. So what becomes the fate of those people and their family? So where do we now go from here is what I think we all should be talking about.
But another thing that some have argued is the aspect of the politicians are not the ones perpetuating this act, that the Nigerians are the ones being used to achieve this. What does it say of us as citizens?
That's where I'm going to. That's why I'm saying we should be talking about how do we solve this issue.
Yeah.
It's just a pity that we, the followers, we see, but we don't understand. There was a picture on the social media flying, I think from Thursday to even yesterday. Okay. Fauci and Fayemi at his ceremony, at his son's wedding. And even information getting to me was that even Fayemi and Fauci planned the wedding together. And here you see people, brothers, what is fighting? Killing themselves because of these people. So where do we go from here? Why should you use me to win your election? And even when they are now going to swear you in, I will not be there. It's your family that will be there. Your wife and your children that will be there. I mean, so people should start to reason. But look, it's not worth it. It's not worth all these things that we are killing ourselves for.
Yeah. On the other hand, Dr. Kade, before the election, the build up to the election, we were told that security personnel were deployed to those states and were adequate. The police gave assurance to all Nigerians that they were on top of the situation. And they warned that anybody who foments trouble certainly will be in trouble. And about 35,000 personnel were sent to Kogi
And they
State.
had carried out a risk assessment.
Exactly. And all the flashpoints were identified.
Yes.
31,000 sent to Bayelsa. All the flashpoints were identified. But we still had the same, the outcome of what we had right now. It was the same question I asked earlier on. Now, would you justify and say, okay, let us increase the deployment of police personnel going forward if this is what we're going to be seeing? Or you are advocating reduction?
Is this a capacity challenge?
It's not even a capacity challenge. It is philosophy challenge, body language challenge.
How is that?
Go and bring the whole police, the whole soldier in Nigeria to even secure a state, just single state election. This is what we will still see. If that is what those people that deployed them there wants them to do. All right? Forget about, yes, we have gone to Flashpoint. Did it not happen in Ekiti? Did it not happen in Osun? Is it today it have been happening in a river state? Or even this same Bayelsa? Or even this same Kogi? Is it today that have been happening? So what have we done as a people to forestall this? Nothing. Other than, and that is why each time people are talking about state police, I always say we are not yet ripe for it. because we'll be using them to foment trouble wherever, to foment trouble wherever there is going to be things like this. Do you understand? Well, so, my bro, let them bring in all the police in Nigeria to all those areas, the same thing we see is still the same thing that will happen.
All right. Dr. Kayode, when it comes to the issue of state police, anyway, your opinion is your opinion. And a lot of Nigerians are going to say, what did you say? Nigeria is not right for that? Yeah. But it's fine.
When we're talking of state police,
we don't have the time anymore.
There are some things that you need to look at.
There are elements, to blend it. Of course.
Yeah. There are some elements of state police that you need to blend together. All right. Not just boom like that.
Yeah. Okay. There's so many dynamics one has to look into.
Well, it's time to take a look at stories making the headlines in Nigerian newspapers. I have with me in the studio leadership and communication strategist Dr. Ojon and political technocrat Dr. Duoye Diri. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. Yeah. All right, we head straight to the papers now, and I begin with News Direct. Bayelsa Kogi poll, APC's Lyon ends 20 years of PDP in Bayelsa, beats Diri of PDP by 180,000 votes. As INEC suspends counting in Kogi, declares Dino Adeyemi senatorial rerun inconclusive. INEC, APC, PDP, SDP, Melaye react. To the front page of the Daily Times, governorship election, APC coasts to victory in Kogi, Bayelsa. INEC to declare full results. Wada Diri alleged vote rigging. On the front page of the blueprint, Bayelsa Kogi polls, APC coasting home. Lyon Bello ahead with declared results. Collation suspended in Kogi till Monday, that's this morning. 30 missing ad hoc staff hail hearty INEC. Yaga Africa blames politicians, others on poll challenges. Police Commission thumbs up security. On the Business AM, Chinese investors in talks to acquire Polaris Bank. And finally, on the front page of the Vanguard, PDP cries foul as APC taps in Kogi, clears Bayelsa governorship polls. PDP kicks, alleges army worked against it. APC urges calm, accuses PDP of importing thugs from Oyo, Osun. US, UK, others call for calm and thorough investigation. CSOs decry level of violence, seek passage of electoral offences, commission law. 30 missing INEC staff found. SERP seeks probe of APC, PDP officials. Magic results coming from Kogi, says Dino Melaye. Gentlemen, we'll be talking about the governorship polls in Kogi and Bayelsa states. Several reactions have trailed the conduct of the election to the extent that former President Goodluck Jonathan had to raise a concern that in his years of being an observer, he has never witnessed the kind of thing he witnessed at his polling booth, and that he is really disappointed. I wonder what you make of his statement and what your observation was, Dr.
Disappointment everywhere. But three major players in the election, the people, the politician, and perhaps INEC and the police. You discover that at every point in time we have been compromised. The people have been compromised. The police have been compromised. And perhaps the politicians are in one way or the other. So either we like it or not, this is the kind of result we'll continue to have when we have a compromise system that include the people that are supposed to build the system. First is the expectation of the people. What are we expecting as electorate? We are expecting our leaders to come on the day of election, perhaps to give us money before we vote. If you have a system like that, you have a compromise result. People are crying today because it does not favor them. It's not because they have the love of the nation at heart.
Really?
Yes, if at the end of the day, if it had favored PDP, you will not hear pen from them. The reality of what we have now is that at the end of the day, the Nigerian people will be the victim. And the average politician that is coming out to make noise is simply because, let me cite an example of Bayelsa. I wasn't expecting any noise from PDP in Bayelsa because it was obvious that APC did not win in Bayelsa. PDP defeated itself in Bayelsa. That's what happened. So it was majority of the people that that cast vote for APC in Bayelsa. You discover that majority of them are from PDP. So it was a deliberate attempt that this person is not going to make it to the government house, and they voted against their own party. That aside, in Kogi State, we saw the war. What an average Kogi person is looking out for is alternative leadership. And PDP was not providing alternative leadership.
How about the SDP?
The SDP was the alternative leadership that would have actually carried the day. But the expectation of the people, which at the end of the day, we spell out the reality of what you get. I doubt whether the woman can actually have the power. For people that know, I have one ambition here and there. I gave an agency a work to go to my state to calculate how much it will cost me to win a governorship election. And they brought back an analysis that for anybody to win a governorship election, you need between 800 million and 2 billion naira.
Monetizing the electoral process.
Yes, to buy, because it is, they call it see and buy. You turn print, you show it to the party agent, then you go there to collect money. It's not bad. It's not bad.
That is not guy in the States.
But can we begin to de-emphasize? What did it take for us to begin to de-emphasize money in politics, Dr. Kayode?
In fact, that's the exact, as if you were reading my mind.
I am.
Yeah, but before going to that, are you aware of a contestant that had 0 votes within his own polling unit? Is it possible? That's to tell you the enormity of what we are saying now. All right? Now, to your question, 3 things need to be done. Number 1, our electoral laws need to be reformed, especially by our National Assembly.
If that is reform, will that check this activity?
I'm coming. When electoral reform is signed, there are a lot of things there
that you take care of,
that can take care of all these things we are saying, if only we follow it. All right? 2.
Because implementation quickly is
always
a challenge in Nigeria. All right.
2, we must know our population. That is, what is Nigeria's demographic characteristics is looking like. All right? The moment we know that, we'll be able to know that, look, this particular number of figures coming from a particular place is possible or not. So without knowing that, there is no way we will have a basis for that. Then 3, the punitive measures that are entrenched within our electoral laws and our constitution need to be meted out to some people as scapegoats so that we can desist from it. Let me give you an instance. Look at vote buying. It has its consequences within the INEC Electoral Act. But who and who have we been able to punish?
And that is why it keeps happening.
Even look at the government. Why is it that when election was approaching, few days to election, they are now saying, Kogi State, take this 10 billion and pay your...
It was for the project that the state undertook on behalf of the federal government. That is what was said.
Listen, why is it that it was during... Why don't you keep that money till after the election? Because this is what I... Sorry, sir. This is what I keep on saying. There is no way rumors, a speech, will not follow such an act. There is no way you can prevent birds from flying over your head, but you can prevent it from perching on your head. So rumors and all sort of a speech will have been avoided if you have not done that. And again, other people will not have been encouraged to also be spending money.
Really?
Exactly. Do you understand? So the moment you don't stop that, it will continue.
You wanted to say something quickly?
Yes. The most painful aspect of it all, when we look at it, is that the people will always be the victim. You see,
but they are part of this system enabling. They are more like enablers.
Yes, everybody is seeing. You see, the reality of what we have around us may spare poverty, but we must continue to work for our tomorrow. That's the concept we don't have. We are today people. We react to issues of today, and we do not know the effect of tomorrow.
But what is the implication of all of this?
The implication
on our democracy.
Yes, the implication is that once you continue to encourage things like this, leadership will cease from being an act of service. Because if it will become an act of investment, and when you invest into something, at the end of the day, I'm an entrepreneur. I want a return. So every one person that brings money out on the day of election to buy vote, don't expect such people to get into government house and deliver the basic dividend of democracy. I will tell you a story of what happened and perhaps round off there. Years back, when they were doing the Ikorodu Road, I was coming to the office in the morning and I discovered, construction site. I discovered that one part of the road was open in the morning. So when I was going back in the evening, there was hold up everywhere. And I remember that when I was coming in the morning, this place was open. I decided to just take through that. I never knew that after some kilometers, they blocked it in the front. And immediately I entered the road. More than 100 other people started following me. And when we got to the dead end, when I saw that there was no way I could go out, I just parked. Then I wanted to sleep. And all of them came. They were cursing me. Hey, Shebi, you know that the road was closed before. Why did you lead us to this place? Olori Ibune. And I was thinking to and that's exactly what we do in Nigeria. We never ask questions as to the level of ignorance of our leaders. What we just do is that we just conspire, we put them there, then they lead us to a dead end. And at the end of the day, we become victims.
You see, I want to be a bit different from what you just said. You see, the political leadership has so much denigrated our integrity to the sense that people's brain have been touched.
Doctor,
wait now,
if they call you the name that you do not bear, you will not answer.
Wait now, they have taken away money from the people and they have taken away education.
That is what is encouraging people to
wait now, from the people. So not until when people like me, people like Dotun, people like you, go back to these people. But look, they have taken this away from you. Let us go this way.
All right.
Then by so doing, we'll be able to reconstruct people's mind back.
200 million.
Because what they have done, when
yes,
when
we are
you say 200
we have
million
to leave it at this point,
no, in any society,
you
don't have more than 3 people that controls them.
We have to leave it here, gentlemen.
To the papers now, see what the headlines are across Nigeria. And I have with me leadership and communication strategist, Dr. John, as well as political technocrat, Dr. Dayo Kayode. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank God it's Monday.
Yeah, good morning. And when the oil prices are rising, what have we made good use of it?
Well,
to what extent, other than frittering it away?
Well, the point there is, economists will say, well, if you check the benchmarks and how much we're going to get in excess, it's going to bolster our foreign exchange earning and also our foreign exchange savings. And that is what can be part of your war chest.
Has it translated into bread and butter on our table?
That's the big question. That's the big question we'll get into. I know the leaders are looking at those. Now, News Direct is where we start from this morning. Bayelsa Kogi poll. APC's Lyon ends 20 years of PDP in Bayelsa. Beats Diri of PDP by 180,000 votes. As INEC suspends counting in Kogi, declares Dino Adeyemi senatorial rerun inconclusive, and INEC, APC, PDP, SDP, Malaye, all are reacting to this. Okay, from News Direct, let's go to Daily Times. Let's go to Daily Times now. Daily Times is on the governorship elections, and it says APC coasts to victory in Kogi, Bayelsa. INEC to declare full results today. And Wada Diri alleged vote rigging. Okay, that's what you see on the front page of the Daily Times. Blueprint is our next paper now. Bayelsa Kogi polls. APC coasting home. Lyon Bello ahead with declared results. Collation suspended in Kogi till Monday, and which is today. It's supposed to commence in less than about 30 minutes from now. A collation suspended in Kogi, yeah? And then 30 missing ad hoc staff, Hale and Hurty. INEC is revealing this. Yaga Africa blames politicians, others on polls challenges. And police commission thumbs up security. Okay, from the Blueprint, let's go to Business AM. Business AM or Business Morning, as the case may be. Chinese investors in talks to acquire Polaris Bank in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians have been reacting to this already, but that's the story on the front page of the Business AM this morning. Moving away now to the Vanguard, which is our last paper for this morning. PDP cries foul as APC tops in Kogi, clears Bayelsa governorship polls. All right, that's what you see there. PDP kicks, alleges army worked against it. APC urges calm, accuses PDP of importing thugs from Oyo, Osun. US, UK, others call for calm and thorough investigation. CSOs decry level of violence, seek passage of Electoral Offences Commission law. 30 missing, INEC staff found. Serap 6 probe of APC PDP officials. Magic results coming from Kogi, says Dino Melai. Okay. These are all the headlines you see on the front page of the Vanguard. Gentlemen, former President Goodluck Jonathan on the day of the election said he was quite disappointed when he was comparing how the conduct so far was going that morning, when he was comparing it to the way elections were conducted in other African countries that he has gone to monitor and gone to see. And he said that one striking thing he said, 30 minutes to the commencement time, ours was 8 o'clock. 30 minutes to that time, everybody is usually on ground, waiting for to say the whistle will blow and then you start the process of. But about 3 hours, especially in his own polling unit, 3 hours, the materials were still not available. Doctor, I wonder what you make of the progress that we are making as a people after 20 years of unbroken democracy.
If I'm to judge by what we have day before yesterday, then I would say that I'm not sure we have actually made so much progress, because it's sad that we are not even organizing a national election. We are organizing an election in 2 states and 2 tiny states. And we are having to even count to the 3rd day. We are having to be killing ourselves because of people that, you see, majority, I think everybody in Bayelsa State, everybody speaks the same language in Bayelsa State. So if we're having crisis in a state like that, where we believe that the level of understanding should be higher because they speak the same language, and you're having crisis like that, and looking back from 1999, then it has rubbished whatever achievement that we think we have actually made over the years. Then if election materials will not arrive in polling units in Bayelsa that perhaps you don't need to travel for a whole day before you distribute some of this material, it shows that the problem is just beyond what we see. The problem is systemic to the point that even the system has begun to complain about the system. Because you ask them the basic question as to why these things are not ready, they will tell you it's the system. So, Mike, I'm really sad, not because PDP lose or because APC won, because I'm not sure any of them will have made any difference. It's simply because of the fact that we haven't learned over time to do things the right way. We continue to wait for people to come in here and teach us how to master our own game. It's quite unfortunate. Unfortunately, like I've always said, the people will always be the victim.
All right. Dr. Kayode, when it comes to the benchmarks, where we are supposed to, the standards by where we rule and say, okay, this is where we are measuring our success against, how far or close to that benchmark are we?
You see, I will concur with what the former president has said, because if you look at it, he had one way or the other organized, I think, 1 or 2 elections in this country in the past, and he knew the level he took elections then through Professor Atahiru Jega. Also, I want to say that immediately this man started his job at INEC, I was among those that were skeptical whether he would be able to bring in whether he'd be able to take us further from where Professor Atahiru Jega stopped. Rather than us progressing now, between you and me, we are retrogressing.
So, but do we blame whoever the INEC chairman is? Because he mustn't be the one to be in the field.
That is what we call leadership responsibility.
Okay.
All right? Whoever is the leader, we have to bear the responsibility. Okay? If you are saying you cannot get electoral materials to where they are supposed to get to within the specified time, who are you to blame? Because you're supposed to have provided all the necessary logistics. Not only that, you are supposed to also be monitoring it so that you are supposed to be on top of your game. It's appalling for such a thing to be happening. It's appalling for us to be saying ordinary one senatorial whatever is inconclusive. It's appalling for us to be saying, look, elections are now being marred by a lot of malpractices. What have you put on ground to forestall that? You send your staff on training all of the time. And you also see all these foreign electoral or democratic institutions investing in our electoral system.
In training our staff.
In training our
free
staff.
Of charge.
Free of charge. And then for them to now come and be saying all this is making somebody like me to weep. All right? Where are we heading to really? We have started this democratic period we are since 1999. How have we fared? Are we not supposed to be progressing? At what age? Some people are saying we are still young. At our age, we are still doing this? No. We have to put a stop to it. And it becomes so worrisome because those people there are not the one bearing the brunt.
Okay.
You and I are the one bearing the brunt.
All right. Doctor, a lot of people have we just have less than a minute to round up, but a lot of people have point accusing fingers to politicians. They are actually at the center of all of these things that are going wrong.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
Yes, totally. I totally agree. Majority of politicians don't want things to work well because they know that over time they will continue to benefit from a crooked system. It's only a crooked system that will produce a crooked set of people that we have. In terms of competence, they are not there. And that's the reality. So what they have mastered over time is to use the mind of the people. What they've mastered over time is to use the concept of poverty. What they've mastered over time is to continue to play on the intelligence of the young, jobless people. What does your system produce, Mike? There are two things. Because when you solve these two problems, perhaps you will not see people to fight on the day of election. Number one system is that they keep you in school. When you gain admission, if you are fortunate to gain admission, a 4-year course will turn to an 8 or 10 years course because nobody will attend to you. And when you get out of there, they keep you in the labor market looking for a job. And everybody wants to survive. So on the day of election, because I'm looking for survivor, if anybody comes to offer me 20,000, I am easily lured to want to die.
And you become very grateful.
Very grateful. So these are some of the systems.
Okay, we'll look forward to that changing somehow. All right, Dr. John, thank you very much for your insight into this.
It's a pleasure.
Dr. Duoye, thank you very much as well.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. Right. You're watching TVC Breakfast, and we are streaming live on YouTube. You can also connect with us on Twitter using the hashtag TVC Breakfast.